All right, so some arts and crafts. I got this expensive keyboard from work. So this has all kinds of programmable things that I can use for programming type stuff. And it came with these cables, which are actually quite nice. This audio cable is actually, it is an audio cable, but it's not used for that purpose. It connects the two halves together. And then this is just the USB cable that plugs into the computer. Well, these are too boring, so I wanted something more nicer. And I got this from China, which is nice. I mean, it's not bad. Where's the other one? Oh, I'll show you the other one in a second. But it wasn't great, so I decided that I would gonna make my own out of this. It's like paracord, but it's actually not paracord. It's just regular cord, but it's got it's like a sleeve that goes over an inner core, and it's made of cotton, so it's like a natural kind of cotton color. It's a little too big for this cable, and so what happens is you get this like, I mean, it's hard to describe, but you can see it here, like this. It ends up all on one side and stretches out the other side. It's a little bit weird. So I'm gonna wet it and see if that pulls the fibers together and fixes that problem. But that'll be, you know, that's that cable there. And then I'm working on another one. I haven't finished it yet. I'm covering that in this nice green color. So this will look really nice. This is definitely the right size for this cable. It sort of expands out these tight coils too, so it looks, I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a little tangled right now, but you can imagine once I straighten this out, it'll be nice. So that's another project. Got different colors too. Like, they're so cheap from China, you might as well get a dozen of them and then decide which one you want. So that's thing number one. What's the next thing? Oh. That is a bucket of soapy water and it has epoxy in it, and I keep putting my foot in that bucket of soapy water. So these are resin casts of keys from my typewriter. They're not, I'm still working out the details. You can see the surface of them. They're not perfect. I might be able to shine this up, but ideally it would come out, you know, it would come out smooth. And then to connect it to the keyboard, I'm still playing around with this. This is idea number 2, is to make it solid and then hollow out a bit and like put the connector post in there, like with glue or something. And yeah, I mean, it looks ugly, but this is just a sort of proof of concept to see if it'll work. This one, for whatever reason, came out much shinier. It's like, its surface texture is really nice. It's really great, but it has a couple of bubbles. So that's a matter of casting technique. If I had a pressure pot or a vacuum pump, I could get rid of those. I don't have that right now. I'm not going to get that right now. It's not time for that yet for me. Let's see. So this was idea number 1, the first thing I tried, which was to cast one side. I'll show you with the mold. Here's the mold. Is to cast one side. So I hot glued the keys to a piece of plastic, and then made a little box around it and poured the rubber in. And so I have half, like the top half of the keys made into this mold, and then once it sets, take the keys out. It looks like this. I don't have an example of it, but I take this regular key as an example. Come on. I took just a regular key and I put it in there, and then I did this for all of these, and I poured rubber over that, and I made this half, right? So the idea was that the inside would be a regular key and the outside would be the the Selectrix typewriter key, and it didn't really work very well. They ended up all kinds of different angles and offsets from the center. Yeah, I mean, this one's actually, some of them did work. This one's really nice, actually. This one worked out very well. I need to clean it up a little bit, maybe. But, you know, some of them worked out. Some of them ended up okay, and some of them ended up pretty bad. This one has a lot of flashing, and you can see what happened is the regular keycap was pushed so close to the side that the side didn't come out well. Like, so you get these gaps. It happened a little bit with this one, right? So it almost worked, but you know, not quite. And then this, like that stem just didn't work. So that's why I decided to try something different. This one, some of them might work if I just like trim them, but like most of these are not workable. And I put a bunch of them on a keyboard, and they just like were all wonky. So yeah, it's ultimately not the right thing to do. The beautiful typewriters here, that blue is just awesome. I have all the keys off of it. I was trying to put them on, but then I decided that was too much work to do right now, but the keys are quite beautiful. So these are the keys. They're kind of known for being awesome keycaps for the IBM Selectrix. They have these sculpted spherical tops. The most similar modern keycaps are called SA keycaps. So SA is the profile, the key profile is called SA. But they're not exactly the same, they're just similar. And they have that spherical indentation. These are the back ones, these are the most sculpted. Right, so that one will go like right there. But of course, they don't go on a regular keyboard because they have that, right? And that's not the like crossbeam type shape that it needs to be. And I have other typewriter keys like this that are similar. So these are, they call them double shot. So they have the outside are molded, and then the inside with the letter are molded, so that it's one piece of plastic. But these, the inside, the black is like broken somehow, like it somehow came out. And so the letters, this one's still there, but the letters are like, no, it's like, not, see, this one, it's gone. The plastic that was in there is no longer in there. So that's kind of funny. I have a third somewhere. I have a couple more typewriter keys. These I don't think, oops, threw it on the floor. These I don't think, at the end of the day, I don't think I'm going to use them, but they're, you know, it's an idea. It was just an idea. I have a couple more that might work, so we'll see. But yeah, once I clean this up, this is a working typewriter. It needs a little bit of lubrication on the ball head in there. But it's a functional typewriter. So that's pretty awesome. Beautiful machine.